Are you wondering what to do with all your beats on the MPC One? In this video, I'm going to show you how to export your songs from the MPC One, bring in your computer, put some final touches, and use DistroKid to upload those songs to Spotify. Go ahead and check it out. What's up, everybody? My name is Matthew Stratton, helping you create music and record audio. On this channel, I bring you the best tips and tools on how to do just that. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So by now, you probably have quite a few beats created on your MPC, and you're wondering what to do with those beats. You got a few different options. You know, you can lease those beats out, you could sell those beats, you could try to hire somebody to sing over those beats. Maybe you just want to simply release those beats onto a streaming platform, and this way you can get your beats heard by people. And in order to actually get your beats onto different streaming platforms like Apple Music or Spotify or even TikTok or Instagram, you need to use a distributor. And one popular distributor is DistroKid. Now, I do want to give a shout out to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. At any point in time during this video, if you want to sign up for DistroKid, there's going to be a link in the description. Go ahead and check out that link. I'll leave it on the screen here as well. And when you use that link, you do get 7% off your first year with DistroKid. So go ahead and consider using that link if you do want to sign up for DistroKid. Now, during this process, I will use DistroKid and kind of show you how to use that to upload your music, so stay tuned for that. But before we do that, I do want to show you a beat I had been working on the MPC One so you can get an actual real-life example of how to do this. And I'm actually going to release an EP in the next couple weeks here. So this song that I'm about to show you is going to be on that EP. And I'm going to show you literally exactly how I took this song, put it into my computer, and went ahead and did the final touches on my computer. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to upload this to DistroKid. So go ahead, stay tuned for that. So in front of me, I have my MPC One. I want to share with you the beat that I made. So if you go ahead and take a listen, here's the main sequence, right? Now you'll hear that I have some drums going on. I have a sample in there, and I have a bass line and a guitar that I recorded all inside of the MPC One. So what I did is I took that and I made that into different sequences. So that's the main sequence, and then I got the intro. So the intro is just a sample, and then I made an outro. And then I also made a bunch of different verses, which is just different sections to the song. So I got verse 1, verse 2, verse 3, verse 4. And then I got this other little sequence, which I didn't do anything with. And then I got the chorus. Okay, now if you look over here on sequence 12, it says from song 1, and I want to explain to you how I got that sequence in a second here. Now, there's one very important thing I want to show you about the MPC One whenever you're doing this and using this method, is when you make your different sequences, you need to make sure that all your tracks have the same exact program on it. So, for example, right here on track 1 in the main sequence, I have this drum program on it. So let's solo that out. All right, so here's the drums. Now, what I want to show you is when I switch sequences, this exact drum track is going to be in the different sequences. And what I mean by that is this program is going to be on track 1 and all the different sequences. So if I go to sequence 2, you can see how that same program's right there. Sequence 3 again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way through. That same program is on track 1. That's very important to use this method I'm about to show you. Okay, and then that's going to be the same for everything. So if I go to this bass right here, same thing's going to apply. So this is the bassline plugin. That's the bass. All right. Now if I go through the different sequences, it's going to be that same exact plugin. So if I go through again, and there's redundancy, it's going to be like that for all the different parts, okay? All right, so that's very important to note. Just have the same plugin on all the separate tracks within your sequences. Now, once I went ahead and made all the different parts to the song, I went to song mode, and I sequenced it out. So I got the intro, verse 1, verse 2, chorus, chorus 2, verse 3, verse 4, and an outro. And this is the entire song, okay? So if I push play, it's going to go through all of that, and it's going to be the song. Now, once I tracked that out, I went to convert to sequence, and then I put that on an unused sequence, and I included the muted tracks. Okay, now I'm not going to do it because I already did it. Let's go ahead and go back to the main Now, if you look on that sequence 12, sequence 12, that's what that is right there. So that's from song 1, Unnamed, and it just says unnamed because I didn't name the song when I was in song mode. But this right here, what this is the entire song, all right, in one sequence. That's the bass line for the entire song. And if I go to 1, this is the drums for the entire song. And then I put my sample on 11. So here's the piano for the whole song. So basically when I push play on this particular sequence, it's going to play the entire song from beginning to end without fail, no flaws, no issues. And once I did that, I went over here to this folder. And what I did is I went to export. And then once you go over to export, what you can do is go right here where it says explode tracks, tap that. Now, whenever you tap that, it's going to explode your tracks into separate individual files. So the drums are going to be in its own track. The sample is going to be in its own track. The bass line is going to be in its own track, all separately. So what I did is I hit export and I picked a folder to save it into, and then I saved it. All right. So once it was done exporting, I brought all the tracks into my computer. Let me show you how I did that right now. There's a lot more to this process coming up, but I do want to take a quick moment to talk about DistroKid. DistroKid is a distributor of your music, and you can get started for as little as $20 a year. And again, you need to sign up for DistroKid because they are a distributor, and what they're going to do is they're going to distribute your files to Spotify, to Apple Music, to TikTok, to Instagram, to all the different streaming platforms. All right, so what's the advantage of having your music on these different sites? Well, the advantage is it's going to be widely available to any of your fans or any of your friends or family that want to listen to your music. They're going to be able to listen to your music. And as they're listening to your music, you're going to earn revenue. And they can actually buy your music as well if you post it onto the stores. And then every time you make a sale or every time you get a stream, you're going to get that money. And DistroKid themselves, they don't actually take any revenue from that. You just pay them the one-time fee. And then you upload as many songs as you want. And then all the revenue that you get is just straight into your pocket. All right, so there are going to be other reasons why you want to sign up for DistroKid as well. And one of those reasons is they actually have sync lyrics. So whenever you're doing an album and you upload it and you want to put your lyrics on there, you can actually put your lyrics on your song. And as somebody is listening to that song on Apple Music or Instagram, your lyrics are going to go across the screen as you are singing them. So it's a really cool feature that they have that. And to get your music on TikTok is actually free for current members. But again, if you didn't want the sync lyrics or if it's just yourself, you could get the musician's plan and still get unlimited uploads for $20 a year, 7% off in the description below. So now that we have our individual audio tracks exported from our MPC One, what we can do now is actually bring those stems inside of our digital audio workstation. Now, I like to use Ableton Live. It doesn't matter which one you like to use. I like to use Ableton Live. Now, let me go ahead and show you what I'm going to do here. All right, so I have a blank copy of Ableton Live open here. So this is a completely new project. And then over here are all the stems. Now, importantly enough, you need to remember where you exported your files from your MPC One. Once you find those files, an easy way to do this is to simply select everything, press Control on your keyboard if you're using Windows, click and drag these into Ableton Live. Now you need to make sure you're on the correct view. Boom. So now what I'm going to do is drop them all inside of Ableton Live. Now I'm going to maximize Ableton Live. And you can see all those stems are populating perfectly. All right. So this is the complete song. So once you have these stems inside of your DAW or your digital audio workstation, you have free reign to go ahead and manipulate them how you want to. You can mix them, you can master them, you can add filters, you can add effects. You could do whatever you want. Now, I will say it is important to go ahead and set your tempo. So my tempo is 90. And I'm going to go ahead and set the tempo up here. It's very important to do. Now, if you are using Ableton Live, you need to make sure you don't have your individual tracks warped. So make sure they're not warped. All right, so you can see this isn't warped. You can actually change that in your preferences to when you pull in stems, they're not going to be warped. Theoretically, if I push play, we're going to get a perfect copy of our song playing. And we actually do. All right, and you can see right here, this is the drum program. It's gonna come in, boom. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is open the actual instance of this project that I actually was working on. All right, so I just want to mention a few of the advantages to having this inside your DAW very briefly. Now, you'll notice I did load the MPC VST inside of here. And the reason why is just so I can have reference. And then another reason is if you look right here on this track where it says complete control, these MIDI events were taken directly from the actual plugin here. So if I open up that plugin, right here, there's a button. All right, you got export audio and you got export MIDI. If you tap where it says export MIDI, you can actually pull the MIDI out of here and drag it into Ableton Live. So what I did is I did that. I went to that bass and then I actually dragged the MIDI inside of Ableton and I dropped it in there. All right, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to undo that, but this right here is the MIDI directly from the MPC software. And what I did is I actually loaded up, complete control, and I loaded up this monosynth, this Monarch, and I, used the bass out of here. And this way I had more control over the different things inside of this synth. It just has a good sound. And if you want to listen to that. All right, I have the sidechain on. All right, that's the new bass line. So it's pretty cool that you're able to go ahead and do that. All right, so that's one of the advantages of having this inside your software is that you can, go ahead and change up sounds however you want to. Now, I want to show you something else as well. I got a guitar track in here. Actually, I have a few guitar tracks, but let's go ahead and listen to this one. All right, so I recorded that inside the MPC. And what I want to actually do is turn off the effects. So now let's listen to it. All right, so that's what it sounded like before I added these effects. So I went and I recorded, or I put this guitar rig on it. It's this right here. Added some more reverb. And for whatever reason, I really wanted to dirty it up. So I added this right here. Now you can see all these plugins I'm adding to customize my sound. And, it's just one of the advantages of using a DAW. Now, you can go ahead and use your stock plugins inside your DAW. Like if you look, the Ableton Live actually has a ton of effects. These are all the effects that come with it. All right. It has a bunch of stuff. It has a compressor, it has all the standard stuff. Now, the last thing I want to show you over here as far as the plugins on the track is the sample. So if you listen, I want to play the sample without any effect. So here's the sample. Now, I did add this emulation to it. All right, so I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to turn it off. Turn it back on. All right, I just wanted to customize the sample for my own feel. And I just wanted to EQ it how I wanted to EQ it, to make it fit how I wanted it to fit. Because once everything comes in, I just think it fits better inside the mix. You can hear the guitar in there. Everything sounds very nice. All right, so I just want to show you this master chain real quick. I have a few things in here, but the main thing that's doing something is right here is the maximizer. All right, so I ran this song through the maximizer. All right, so I'm going to turn off this ozone for now and play this. You can see I mixed my mix around -6 dB. Okay, Now, whenever I turn on the maximizer, which is basically a limiter, when I turn that on, it makes the overall mix louder. And then this way, whenever I upload it to DistroKid and they distribute it, the different streaming platforms aren't going to mess with the loudness too much. And so therefore, hopefully, whenever it's streaming, it's going to sound more true to the actual mix that I made. All right, so that's why I ran it through the maximizer to kind of give it a little more loudness. And you can see I put the ceiling at -1 dB, so the overall level doesn't go beyond -1 dB. And you'll be able to see that reflected over here in the master channel. All right, so therefore the mix isn't going to clip. I'm going to have a nice clean sound, and I'm going to be able to export this from Ableton Live and upload this. All right, so that brings me to the next step, is once I'm happy with this, what I'm going to do is go over here, select what I want to export. So I want to export the whole song, so that's why I have this selected here. And then I'm going to go ahead and export the audio. Basically, that's the sample rate right there. That's the bit depth. And then I'm going to export it as a wave. I'm going to go ahead and push export. It's going to ask where I want to export it, and then I want to save it, and it will export it. Hey, if you're finding value in this video, remember to give it a thumbs up below. It's really going to help the channel out. I do appreciate you for doing that. All right, so you want to make sure you export your files at 44.1 kilohertz at 16-bit at least. All right, so once you get those exported from your DAW, what you can do is go ahead and make sure you're organized, put them in a nice folder, make some nice artwork. All right, so I have my folder right here, and it has the 3 songs in it that I'm going to put in my EP. Now, once you do sign up for DistroKid, it's very simple to go ahead and sign in. Once you sign in, you're going to be able to upload your album. I'm going to upload my EP right now, so you're going to see how I'm going to do this. It's going to be very simple. I'm going to go ahead and upload it. So once you sign in, you're going to see a little thing at the top here. It says upload, and it's got a cloud with an arrow going up. I'm going to press upload. So you select what you want to upload to. Maybe you don't want to upload to all of them for whatever reason. You just simply deselect the ones you don't want to upload to. I'm going to upload to everything. After you pick the services you want to upload to, then you need to pick the number of songs. If it's just one song, it's a single, pick one song. I'm going to pick 3 songs. This is going to be a 3-song EP. It's going to ask you if it's been released before. Mine has not been released before, so I'm going to keep that on no. And it already knows my artist band name because I've uploaded previously before. Now, this is where you actually put your stage name. There's going to be an area below where you put your real name so you can actually get credit for your music. But right here, my stage name is Matthew Stratton right now, so I'm just going to put Matthew Stratton. Now, it's going to detect if you're in Apple Music already. I'm already in Apple Music, so I'm already set there. Now, down here it says artist already in Spotify, and I am in Spotify, so that's me. Now, if you do want to confirm that, you would click that, and I can clearly see I'm a verified artist, and I'm in Spotify. That is definitely me. All right, so I want to click that's me. And again, you got your different options, so you would just click whatever these options apply to you. You got your release date, so this is where you would pick your release date. So it says you're setting your release date at least 1 week in the future will increase your chances of getting added to playlists. Now, it's to my understanding that the Spotify playlist, you pretty much want to go like 4 weeks advance, and you want to promote your stuff. And they decide what's going to be on the playlist like a week ahead of time. So you definitely want to upload before a week ahead of time if you do want to get down on the playlist. But I'm not too concerned about that right now. I'm just going to pick like a week from now, which is going to be the 26th. I want to pick a Friday. All right, so the release time, let's go ahead and drop it at midnight. All right, so I'm going to synchronize it to be dropped at midnight in the listener's time zone. No, I don't want it for pre-order. Record label, continue creating music. We're good there. Now, here's my album cover. Now, I do want to point out something. Whenever you're doing your album cover, make sure that you get your optimal size, 3000 by 3000 at least. All right, and have it be a perfect square. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and find my album cover. I actually have them in the folder that's right here. So I'm actually just going to drop my album cover right into there. Now, very important though, make sure you do upload a very clear image when you do this. Do not like take a small picture and then blow it up and make it pixelated. Like, make sure that the words are easy to read, everything like that. You just want it to be clear because you don't want it to get rejected. The album title is going to be A Way to go. All right, so the album price is going to be $2.99. The language is English. The primary genre, let's just pick hip hop. And then let's pick electronic for the secondary genre. All right, so let's go ahead and title our tracks. Track 1, Sure Why Not. Now we can choose our audio file here. So here is my WAV file. I'm going to load that there. And you can see that this is a .wav file, 44.1 kilohertz. Who is the songwriter? I wrote the song. And then songwriter's real name, I'm just going to put music. Matthew S. Stratton. I don't even have lyrics in here, so I'm going to put no on that. Is this a radio edit? No. Is it an instrumental? Yes, it is an instrumental. All right, there's no lyrics. I'm going to let them decide. All right, the price of the tracks, $129 a piece. All right, so that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to repeat the process, and then we'll continue from here. All right, so when you're done doing this, I think it's good to double check. Just make sure that you double check that everything's correct. All right, and I did go back and pick hip-hop and R&B for the secondary genre of electronic. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press done. All right, so it's uploading the album artwork. It's going to take a little bit of time. Now, I imagine the actual tracks are going to take a little bit longer to upload, but it doesn't look like it. Actually, they're going pretty quick. Pretty happy about that. All right, so it's finishing up. All right, so that took like under a minute to do, so I think we're good. And it says done. That was easy, wasn't it? Sweet. Get people to sign up for your hyperlink. Actually, where is my hyperlink? Okay, here it is. Pre-save page. Boom. Here it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually share this on my social media. So if you're following me on social, go ahead and look out for this. All right, y'all, I'm really excited I got this EP released. If you have music out there that you want to get heard, please release it. Sign up for DistroKid. I'm going to leave the link in the description below so you can go ahead and check out that link. Get signed up. $20 a year, unlimited music that you can release, and get out there, get it on Spotify, get it heard, get it on TikTok, get some viral videos out there on TikTok, get your stuff heard. Yo, that's what's up. Let's go ahead and get our music heard. I'm really excited for this. The link is going to be in the description, all right? And if you want a more detailed video about how to actually upload to DistroKid and like way more details about the plan and stuff like that as well, I did make a full tutorial on how to upload. So go ahead and click the tap a screen right there. If you click or tap the screen there, it's going to take you over to that tutorial about DistroKid. And I hope this video helped you out on the MPC One, helped you finish some songs. I want to get you guys finishing some songs and uploading some songs. Very exciting stuff. My name is Matthew. Continue creating music, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, y'all.